So I'm going to say it really simple. Every single funding resource that you can show me, Dan, I will show you variables tied to it.
It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. Back to the funding here.
Yes.
Just a couple like the quickest, dirtiest. If you're looking at funding stuff and you're a total novice, you don't know anything about how to like go get funding. What are the couple first places somebody should look to go get financial help in their market?
Me personally, you first go to free money.
That's like my favorite kind of beer. Like there's Miller Lite, there's Bud Light, there's Coors Light, and then there's free beer.
It's free beer, right? It's college time. You go to free money first, free resources first, and then you step it up. It depends what stage of business you're at. The reality is that a lot of startups don't have as much leverage as existing companies. They're starting out and they are considered in the eyes of many funders as risky. And to the point of the funders, and let me be honest with you guys, because everybody who knows me knows I'm a straight shooter. It is very rare. I can count on one hand how many times I've met a lender who's actually been an entrepreneur. Most lenders are very fiscally responsible and so clearly that sometimes I'll ask them, as they're going through underwriting, hey, by the way, what business have you owned? And they'll always say, now, come on, Kedma, I'm not that crazy, okay? I would never own that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I totally know. I was just curious if you were going to actually look at one. So I would say the first thing you want to do is identify where do you stand as a financial risk for anyone who'd be interested in investing with you. So Dan, if you were my client and you were coming to me as a first-time business owner, let's say you're doing under 200,000, you're just starting out, you're a year, or just like the person under 2 years, first thing I'm going to say is, Dan, would you invest in yourself right now if the tables were turned? Now,
oh, hell yeah.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Most people are like, hell no, I would never invest myself. I say, why not? Well, I'm too risky. I've had ups and downs. I have a very high credit rate score, that's going up and down. So most people know that they have some kind of financial challenge. There's no secret. Now we have to figure out, in spite of that, how do we work around that?
So before we get too far there, I want to go back to like the first thing that you said, which was the free money.
Yep.
And what does that mean? Like I like free money.
Me too.
Where would somebody look to find free money? What are some, obviously it's going to be different depending on who you are, where you are. What are like a couple places somebody could look to find?
So we'd have to define what free means. Okay. So in the world of grants, where I decipher what a grant looks like, a grant is anytime you receive very low cost or equivalent resource or a subsidy that is less than what you would expect to pay in the commercial market. So if, for example, you have, we just had a conversation with a trademark attorney. If, for example, you went to a trademark attorney and they were going to charge you $2,000 to fully trademark your business, to make sure that federal trademark is there, your logos are set up, your copyright for your materials, your training materials set up, let's say it was $3,000. And I was able to get you the equivalent, the same quality attorney, right? Intellectual property attorney, recognized by the US Patent Office in the US. And I was able to get that same service for $1,000. You just received a $2,000 grant. Because all things equal, you received a $2,000 grant. So when we have to change the frame of what a grant looks like, because often we think grant means, Kedma, you're going to give me the money. No, if I can look at what you need and what you want, and we get a cost to that, and that cost ends up being, Kedma, I need an extra 150,000 infused into my business, but I'm able to do it by reducing or removing or supporting, and we get it down maybe to a scale of 30,000. That difference is a grant. Now, where we get the grant is where target funding comes in. So I'm going to say it really simple. Every single funding resource that you can show me, Dan, I will show you variables tied to it. Lenders, they target industries all the time. I work with lenders who come to me and say, Kedma, don't send me any restaurants. I'm not investing in them. They have portfolios.
Like, why do all these restaurants pop up? Who's investing in these restaurants?
I can't. If I tell you, I'll be no. If I tell you, they'll kill me. I can't divulge all my secrets. What I can tell you is, lenders have for portfolios that they review based on risk assessments, and there are certain industries they love, right? I mean, I work with lenders who say, hey, I love chiropractors. You have any chiropractors you're working with? Can you send them over? I love chiropractors. Why? Because they're doing assessments on the industry. So I want you to know every single resource. Now, where are the free money usually? Usually they're tied to economic development. What does that mean in plain English? Your state, your city, your county, your neighborhood often has hidden funds to inject to create jobs. And most people never look there. They never look behind their backyard. They're looking everywhere else. And most of the money is in their backyard.